Hello, dear students. Namaste, everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. And today I am here with one more illustration, illustration number 7. So this illustration is bit advanced than all the illustration what we have done so far, because it has three different types of adjustment. That is, one is premium, and another one is forfeiture and reissue, and at the same time we do have this premium also in this particular problem. Okay, and at the same time this problem has a pro rata allotment also. So there are most important things you have to understand: pro rata allotment, then premium, then we do have forfeiture, then we have reissue. These four adjustments are very, very important while solving the problem. So let us look into the problem. Gagana Company Limited issued 30,000 equity shares of rupees 20 each at a premium of rupees 5 per share, payable as follows. So there is a company called Gagana Company, so which is issuing 30,000 equity shares to the general public at rupees 20 each, and there is a premium also, that is 5 rupees premium per share they are issuing at. Rupees 8 on application, rupees 12 on allotment, including premium. So this 12 rupees includes premium. Premium how much? 5 rupees. So 12 minus 5, 7 rupees is for allotment. Okay, so 12 minus 5 premium, so allotment is 7 rupees, and the balance on first and final call. So balance on first and final call, you have to find the balance. 8 plus 7 how much? 15 rupees. What was the face value of the shares? 20 rupees. So 20 minus 15 how much? 5 rupees. So that 5 rupees is on the balance on first and final call. So that is the balance on first and final call, 5 rupees. Okay. So next, in continuation, application were received on 35,000 shares. So actually company have issued 30,000, but public have applied for 35,000. So when the number of shares subscribed by the public, so we call that situation as a oversubscription. Okay, so allotment were made on pro rata on the applicants of 32,000 shares. So we have kept with us 32,000 shares application money, and the remaining 3,000 we are rejected. So that is what pro rata allotment says. So 32,000 share application money we have retained with us. The balance 3,000 share application money has been refunded and rejected. So remaining applications being refused. Mr. Shankar, to whom 600 shares were allotted, failed to pay call money, so his shares were forfeited. So Mr. Shankar, who was holding 600 shares, he failed to pay the call money. That means first and final call money could not pay, so his shares were forfeited and reissued to Mr. Raghavendra. So those shares were reissued to whom? Mr. Raghavendra at rupees 18 per share. So actual face value was 20, but we are issuing at rupees 18 per share to Mr. Raghavendra. Pass the necessary journal entries in the books of the company and also prepare the balance sheet of the company. So we have to prepare a journal entries, we have to pass, then we have to prepare a balance sheet. So then we have to prepare automatically bank account also. So this is the problem. As I said, this is advanced than all the other problem what you have solved so far. Okay, so without any further delay, let us start the solution part of this problem. So let us do the working note for this. So that is solution number 7 or illustration number 7. So solution 7. So let us start up with the working note. So dear students, now we are solving problem number 7. So this problem is advanced than the problems whatever we have solved so far. So whatever the problem we have solved so far, so it is advanced than those problems. So now we have to do the solution part with a note. Okay, so let me mark it as a note over here. It is a note. So what is this note, is why it is required, that number of shares issued and number of shares subscribed. So those things we have to consider over here. So first we will start up with number of shares issued. So in this problem, Gagana Company Limited issued how many shares? The company issued 30,000 shares, correct? So 30,000 shares is issued by the company. But number of shares subscribed by the public. So write down number of shares subscribed. Number of shares subscribed. So how many shares has been subscribed? 35,000. So 35,000. So if you look at this, number of shares issued by the company Gagana Company Limited is 30,000 shares. Number of shares subscribed by the public is 35,000 shares. So 5,000 shares is more subscribed by the public. That means public have applied more than 5,000. Okay, so 5,000 is applied excess by the public to the company. Clear? So now this 5,000 is excess. So this situation, what we call, this situation is called as oversubscription. So over subscription, when public applies for the shares more than the company offered, we call it as a oversubscriptions. Okay, so the situation is oversubscription here. So now action taken. What action we have taken here? So on what basis we are allotting the shares? So action taken is, yes, pro rata allotment. Pro rata allotment. So first part you have to write this. So this is going to be your first part. So you are going to write number of shares issued by the company. Then you are going to write number of shares subscribed by the public. Then you are going to analyze whether it is a oversubscription or under subscription. If it is oversubscription, in most of the cases we are going to do it with a pro rata allotment. So pro rata allotment. So now let us understand how this pro rata allotment will be done. Okay, so write the heading pro rata allotment. Pro rata allotment is the heading I am writing. So now out of the public have applied for how many shares? 35,000 shares, correct? So we are rejecting how many? 3,000. So how much we are keeping? 32,000, correct? We are keeping how many shares? 32,000 shares. Clear? Out of this 30,000 shares of rupees 8, that is on application. So if you calculate 30,000 into 8, how much you will get? 30,000 into 8, you are going to get 2,40,000, correct? So 2,40,000 is towards what? Applications. Okay, 2,40,000 towards application. 2,40,000 towards applications. And now the rest, out of this 32, we have used 30,000 applications. So next is left out is 2,000 shares, correct? 32 minus 30, left out is 2,000 into 8. 8 rupees is application money. 2,000 into 8, how much? So we are going to get 16,000 rupees. Clear? 16,000 rupees. So this is adjusted to allotment. Adjusted to allotment. Adjusted towards allotment. Okay, adjusted towards allotment, done. So now 3,000 we are rejecting, correct? So 3,000 shares we are rejecting. Total we got now 35,000 shares which is applied by the public. So this 3,000 is refunded because it has been rejected. So refunded. So 3,000 application money. So that is 3,000 into 8. So that comes to 24,000. So this money has been refunded. So now this is the second basic working note you have to do. So with this working note only we are going to pass the journal entries because we have already calculated the amount. So once we have calculated the amount, to pass the journal entry it will be easy for us. Okay, so now give the heading journal entries. Journal entries in the books of Gagana Company Limited. Okay, journal entries in the books of Gagana Company Limited. So date, then we have particulars, then we have LF, then we have debit, rupees, credit, rupees. Okay, so now we are supposed to pass the journal entry. Okay, so let us look into the journal entries. So journal entry number 1, that is for receiving of application money. So that is bank account debtor to equity share application account. Bank account debtor to equity share application account. So how many applications has been applied by the public or received by the company? So public applied, number of shares subscribed, how many? 35,000. So applied by the company 35, public 35,000. So write down 35,000 into 8. 35,000 into 8. So that comes to how much? 35,000 into 8 is 2,80,000. Calculate in the calculator. 2,80,000. 2,80,000. 2,80,000. 2,80,000. Being the entry for application money received. Application money received. Done? Yes, we are done with the first entry. Second entry is always a transfer entry, correct? So we have to transfer the money. So this entry is very, very important and try to understand. So share application account debtor. Share application account debtor to share capital account. Okay, so now as a share application money, how much we have received? We have received 35,000 into 8. So I am copying the same. 35,000 application has been applied by the public. So I have received how much? 2,80,000. Are you all clear? So now to share capital. So how much I am receiving? Actually, what is the company have offered to the public? So company have offered to the public is 30,000 shares. Correct. So then 30,000 into 8, 2,40,000 we have to receive towards as a application money. Understood? 30,000 into 8 application. So that should be transferred to capital account. So share capital account, because company has offered only 30,000 shares into 8. How much you got? 30,000 into 8? That is 2,40,000. Okay, then 2. Share allotment account. To share allotment account. See, in pro rata adjustment, out of 32,000, so we have 30,000 into 8, 2,40,000 is towards application. 2,000 into 8, that is 16,000 adjusted towards what? Allotment. Adjusted towards allotment. So, that I am passing here. So, 2,000 into 8. So, that comes to 16,000 rupees. 16,000. Clear, as I have given in the working note. Next, 2. Bank account. See, any rejected or any refunded amount should be reflected in to bank account. So, here also we have done the calculation. 3,000 shares has been refunded. That is rejected and refunded. 3,000 into 8. That comes to how much? 24,000. So, bank account. So, how many shares? 3,000 shares of rupees 8 each. So, that comes to 24,000. So, if you total it, you are going to get 2,80,000, 2,80,000 both the side total. Okay. So, now write the narration being pro rata allotment were made excess application money adjusted to what? Adjusted towards allotment, and remaining refunded. So, we have done the 3 transaction in this entry. That is, pro rata allotment were made. So, on the basis of pro rata, we have done the entry. That is 2 share capital 30,000 into 8. Excess application money adjusted towards allotment. So, that is share allotment account, 2,000 shares excess we have received under pro rata, that has been adjusted towards allotment. Then the remaining, whatever remaining amount is refunded. Remaining is 3,000 shares at rupees 8, 24,000 has been refunded. Okay, so this is the second entry. So, this entry we call it as a contra entry, where you will have in one transaction more than one effect. Okay, so we have here 3 account effect, that is 1 capital account, 1 allotment account, and 1 bank account effects are there in a single transaction. This is going to, we call it as a contra entry. Okay, so next we are going to pass allotment account or due entry. So in this entry there is no changes. So that is going to be our third entry. Okay, so due entry for allotment, what is the due entry? Share allotment account debtor to share capital account. Share allotment account debtor to share capital account. Is there any premium in this problem? Yes, no. Including premium. So how much premium is? 5 rupees premium is there. So 2 share capital account, then we have 2 security premium account. We have a premium also in this problem. So security premium account. So then what is the amount due on allotment? 12 rupees. 12 on how many shares? 30,000 into 12. 30,000 into 12, how much you got? 30,000 into 12. Calculate in the calculator. That comes to 3,60,000. 3,60,000. Clear? So out of this, how much is the capital? 30,000 into deduct the premium from the 12 rupees. Clear? If you deduct the premium of 5 from the 12, you are going to get 7 rupees. So 30,000 into 7. 30,000 into 7. 30,000 rupees into 7, calculate. That comes to 2,10,000 rupees. 2,10,000 rupees. Then to security premium account, 30,000 into premium money, how much? 5 rupees. Premium money 5. 30,000 into 5. So premium is 1,50,000. Calculate in the calculator. So 1,50,000 plus 2,10,000 put together is 3,60,000. So now write the narration. A narration for the entry. So what is the narration? So that is being share allotment money due including what? Premium. Share allotment money due including premium. Okay, so we are done with the third entry. So now I am passing the fourth entry. So what is the fourth entry? I am ready with the table already. So you also should be ready. Okay, fourth entry is receive entry. Okay, so that is bank account debtor. Which money I am receiving? To equity share allotment account. Okay, so I am receiving allotment money. So how much I am supposed to receive in the due entry? If you look at, so I am supposed to receive 3,60,000. Okay, I am supposed to receive how much? 3,60,000. Here also we will have a small note for that. That is 30,000 into 12. I am supposed to receive 30,000 into 12. So how much? 3,60,000. Okay. So in that I have already adjusted towards allotment. How much? In this working note, pro rata allotment, 2,000 into 8, 16,000 adjusted towards allotment. That means the application money which I have received, out of 16,000 rupees I have adjusted towards allotment which I have already received. So actually I am supposed to receive 3,60,000, but I have already received how much? 16,000. So deduct it. So that comes to how much? 3,60,000 minus 16,000. Calculate. You are going to get 3,44,000. How much? 3,44,000. 3,44,000 is the amount which I am receiving. So write the narration part being share allotment money received, equity share allotment money received, being equity share allotment money received. So this is the fourth entry I am done with. So now I am moving towards the fifth entry. So fifth entry is first call due entry. So that you all know, right? No changes in it. So that is equity share first call account. Equity share first call account debtor to equity share capital account. So how much is the first call money they are supposed to pay? They are supposed to pay first and final call, that is 3,000 into 5, because in the problem he said clearly balance on final call, correct? So now the face value of the share was 20 rupees. So out of 8 rupees we have received on application, and we have received 7 rupees on allotment. So 8 plus 7 is 15. So the balance is 5 rupees, correct? So the balance is 5 rupees. So if you want, for your reference, I am writing here. See, the face value of the share is 20 rupees. Okay, so out of, on application they are supposed to pay 8, and on allotment they are supposed to pay 12, and the balance on final call is said. But there is a premium also. Premium how much? 5 rupees. So that is included here. So 12 minus 5, how much? 7 rupees. So we are not going to consider this 12. So we are going to consider this 8 plus 7, how much? 15 rupees. So 15 minus 20 is 5 rupees. So now calculate 8 plus 7, 15, 15 plus 5, that is equals to 20 rupees. So that is the face value of the shares. So equity share first call account, that is first and final call account, because in this problem they is given only first and final call. Okay, so I have written first call, so first and final call you can add first and final call account. So how much? The number of shares, 30,000 shares. What is the amount of final call? See, this is going to be application, this is going to be allotment. Okay, this is going to be a first and final call. Okay, this is going to be first and final call. For your reference I am writing here. So 30,000 into 5, so 3 5s are 15, so that comes to 1,50,000. so write down 1,50,000 and 1,50,000. so write the narration 1,50,000, 1,50,000. Write the narration now. Being equity share first and final call money due, because it is a due entry. Okay, money due. So now receive entry. So in receive entry we are going to pass sixth entry, that is bank account debtor. Bank account debtor to equity share first and final call account. Okay, so in the problem if you look at the adjustment part, so they clearly said that Mr. Shankar 600 shares were allotted, failed to pay call money, his shares were forfeited and reissued to Mr. Raghavendra at rupees 18 per share. There was a person called Mr. Shankar who failed to pay call money on 600 shares. So he has failed to pay the call money on 600 shares. So that is very clear. We have not received first and final call money on 600 shares. So actual number of shares we are supposed to receive on 30,000 minus 600 if you do, so you are going to get 29,400 shares into final call money is 5 rupees. So got the calculation. So there was a person called Mr. Shankar who could not pay his final call money on 600 shares. So actual number of shares I am supposed to receive 30,000 minus 600. So I got 29,400. So 29,400 into 5 rupees. If you do that, you are going to get 1,47,000. So 1,47,000. 1,47,000. So narration for the same is being first and final call money received, being first and final call money received, except on 600 shares held by Mr. Shankar. Okay, so next is seventh entry. So in the adjustment they said that those shares were forfeited and reissued to Mr. Raghavendra at rupees 18 per share. So now these the shares has to be forfeited. So forfeiture entry you know, right? That is equity share capital account. Equity share capital account debtor to forfeiture account, that is to equity share forfeiture account to which money has not paid? First and final call account. So actual number of shares held by Mr. Shankar was 600. The face value of the shares which we have calculated 20 rupees. 600 into 20. If you calculate that 600 into 20, so I'm going to get 12,000. So how much? 12,000 actually they are supposed to pay on 600 shares, but how much he paid I don't know, but how much he did not paid we know that 600 shares on final call. So final call is 5 rupees. So 6 5s are, so 600 into 5 calculate. So how much you got? 600 into 5, 3,000 they have not paid. Okay, 3,000 they have not paid. So then they have paid 600 into 15 rupees. Clear? 600 into 15 rupees. So that comes to 9,000 rupees. Okay, that comes to 9,000 rupees. So now here we are supposed to circle this or highlight this forfeiture amount, so that we are going to adjust in future entries. Okay, write down the narration. Being 600 shares were forfeited due to non-payment of call money. Okay, so narration part is over. So next, reissue entry. So these 600 shares were reissued to Mr. Raghavendra at rupees 18 per share, they said in the adjustment. Okay, so write down bank account debtor forfeiture account debtor to equity share capital account. So at what amount we are receiving this 600 shares to Mr. Raghavendra? 600 into 18. So 600 into 18 is 10,800 rupees. Okay, so what is the actual face value of the shares? 20. So I am receiving at 18 rupees. So how much loss I am supposed to face? 2 rupees. So 18 plus 2 is 20 rupees, which is exactly face value. So face value, deduct this reissued value, so you are going to get the losses. So that we are going to transfer it to the forfeiture account. So forfeiture account, how much? 1,200. 1,200 is the forfeiture. So circle this 1,200 again. Okay, circle this 1,200 again. So this nil, 2 equity share capital. So we are going to get 12,000 rupees. Okay, so now write the narration. Narration is being reissue of 600 shares to whom? To Mr. Raghavendra at rupees 18 each. So I am done with the 8th entry. So now I am moving towards the 9th entry, so which we are going to call it as a the final entry or the last entry. Okay, so here write down forfeiture account debtor to CRR account, capital reduction account or capital redemption account. So here how to calculate this amount? 9,000, that is out of forfeiture 9,000 rupees I had. So in that forfeiture I have used 1,200. So 9,000 minus 1,200, how much you are going to get? 7,000 7,800 to CRR account. 7,800, 7,800. Okay, so now the narration part is being transfer of final profit to CRR account on forfeiture. So I'm done with the journal entries of this problem. So now I'm moving towards the preparation of bank account. Okay, so let us open a bank account, then let us open a balance sheet also. Okay, so open the bank account quickly. Okay, so this is bank account table. I'm opening. I believe you are also doing with me, so that you will understand very well and you are not wasting time at home, because very shortly I am going to give you one more test on advanced level of problems. So that is where you have to learn very carefully. Okay, so bank account table is ready. So let us give the heading. So that is bank account. So right, titles for the table, that is particulars, rupees, particulars, rupees. Okay, so debit and credit. So done. So first I'm going to write to equity share application account. So how much I have received on receiving of application, that is, right, first line bank account, first entry bank account, how much? 2,80,000. So I'm copying the same, 2,80,000 to equity share allotment account. So on allotment, how much I have received? I have received in the fourth entry on allotment, I have received 3,44,000. 3,44,000 rupees. On share allotment, we have received 3,44,000. Then we have to receive share first and final call account, equity share first and final call account. So on first and final call, how much I have received? Equity share first and final call account due was 1,50,000, but received 1,47,000. So I'm writing that 1,47,000 here. That is equity share first and final call account 1,47,000 to forfeited shares account. Forfeited shares account. So that is a reissue of shares which we have done at last. So that is bank account data 18 rupees we have received, right? Bank account, how much I have received? 10,800. That is forfeited account. So that is 600 shares were reissued to Mr. Raghavendra at rupees 18. So I have received 600 into 18, 10,800. So I am writing forfeited shares account as 10,800 rupees. Okay, so now for your information, so whatever in the first line bank account or debit column bank account, those amount I have taken into the bank account debit side. If there is any bank account in the credit column, so just check out. See, in the second entry only, two bank account credit side, how much? 24,000. So this is 24,000. What exactly? I have refunded the amount, that is excess share application money has been refunded. So letters that we are supposed to enter. See, in a blind method of learning, wherever the debit column bank account debits, so that should be debited to bank account. Wherever credit side bank account comes, that should be credited bank account. Okay, so this is share application account. So I'm going to write share application account only. Okay, so buy equity share application account. So how much I have rejected? So how much I have refunded? 24,000 I am writing. 24,000 I have refunded it. So the balance I have to check the total. So let us calculate the total first on the debit side. 2,80,000 plus 3,44,000 plus 1,47,000 plus 10,800. So that comes to 7,81,800 rupees. How much? 7,81,800 rupees is the total. So since it is a greater side, I am writing the same total in the credit side also. 7,81,800. So then you write by balance carried down 7,81,800 minus 24,000 minus 24,000. So the balance is 7,57,800. Balance is 7,57,800. 7,57,800 rupees is the balance. Okay. So now let us close the bank account. Okay. So I'm closing the bank account. So now I'm going to prepare a balance sheet. So new balance sheet as on that date. New balance sheet as on that date. So open the balance sheet now. Okay. So in the balance sheet, obviously we will have two sides. One is liabilities, then we will have assets. So open the amount column for the balance sheet. So how much is required? Only that much. So I'm taking hardly 8 to 9 lines for the balance sheet. So 8 to 9 lines I have taken. So now table is ready. So write down the titles: liabilities rupees, assets rupees. Okay, so on the first part take down, that is share capital. Okay, underline that. So under that we are going to have authorized capital. Okay, so that is since authorized, issued, subscribed, called up, paid up is everything. So I'm going to write authorized, comma, issued, comma, subscribed, comma, called up and paid up capital. Called up and paid up capital. So what is the number of shares issued by the company? 30,000. What is the face value of the shares? 20 rupees. So calculate 30,000 into 20. If you calculate, you are going to get 6 lakh rupees. 30,000 into 20 is 6 lakh rupees. So next I am going to do a second part, that is reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus. So under this reserves and surplus, point A, we are going to have security premium. Security premium. So how much is the security premium? So if you open the journal entries, you are going to get security premium. So that is how much the security premium we have collected in the third entry. Security premium is 1,50,000 rupees. So if you get confusion by looking at that, what you can do is you can make a small working note here only next to it. So that is number of shares issued 30,000 into premium amount is 5 rupees. So 30,000 into 5, how much you are going to get? 1,50,000. 1,50,000. So then B we have CRR account. So for capital reserve account, capital redemption reserve account, you can call CRR account. You are going to get in the last entry of the journal entry. So to CRR account, how much I have transferred? 7,800 rupees. So CRR account is 7,800 rupees. Okay. So now let us take here number 1, fixed assets. Do we have any fixed assets in the problem? No, right? So that is going to be nil. Okay. So then on a second part we have current assets. Do we have any current assets in the problem? Yes, we do have a cash at bank. Okay, we do have cash at bank. So take cash at bank. So cash at bank is exactly here. That is the carried down figure of the bank account. So 7,57,800. So I'm going to write 7,57,800 is the cash at a bank. So I'm going to write this total 7,57,800. So now total the liability amount column. So that is 6 lakh plus 1,50,000 plus 7,800 plus 7,800. That comes to 7,57,800 rupees. So both the side balance sheet has been tallied now. So I'm done with this problem, and the balance sheet is also got tallied. Okay, so that means our problem is correct. So I insist you people to do this problem 2 to 3 times so that you will get a more clarity and more understanding. So still, if you have any doubt, you can reach me out over a call, or you can WhatsApp me, or you can drop me a comment in the comment section of my YouTube video, so that I'll rectify all your doubts. Okay, so now I'll come up with the next problem very soon. Until then, take care, bye bye, and see you soon, and as always, stay safe. Bye.